Hi, welcome to NPA Teaching. Today we are going to discuss about the concept of nominal scale and its statistical analysis. Nominal scale is a measurement scale or system of assigning number or symbol to an event in order to label them. It is a qualitative in nature, which means the numbers are used here only to categorize or just identify an object. It normally deals only with non-numeric variable or where numbers have no value. For example, you might have been noticed that the numbers on jersey of a cricket or football players. See, number 10 is labeled in Indian cricket team previously was Sachin. And in football, the number 10 is for Messi and 7 for Cristiano Ronaldo. What is the meaning of these numbers? These numbers have nothing to do with their ability or ranking of players. However, they can help to identify or simply label the players. In nominal scale, a variable were divided into two or more categories. For example, it may be dichotomous or binary responses, which means a variable have only two possible values, such as yes or no, true or false, male or female, agree or disagree, etc. See, for example, what is your gender? Here we have two options, male or female. See, another question, did you stay in Hotel X on 23rd 7 2005? We have two options here, that means yes or no. And similarly, the question related with the agree or disagree responses. All these questions are dichotomous or binary in nature. Sometimes we represent these qualitative variables by assigning numbers like 1 for male and 2 for female, or 1 for yes, 2 for no, or 1 for agree and 0 for disagree. Take the second category scale where we have more than two responses. It is a measurement mechanism in which the answer to a particular question can fall into any category. For example, which of the following outdoor activities did you do last week? So here we have the options like running, walking, hiking, cycling and swimming. We have to opt one among these options which may be applicable. As like in the previous case, sometimes we represent these qualitative variables by assigning numbers, for example, 1 for running, 2 for walking, 3 for hiking, 4 for cycling and 5 for swimming. And we have to opt one among these options. Similarly, consider another example, that is, what is your religion? So here we have the options like Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Sikh and others. So we have to opt one among these options which may be applicable. As like in the previous case also, sometimes we represent these qualitative variables by assigning numbers like 1 for Hindu, 2 for Muslim, 3 for Christian, 4 for Sikh and 5 for others. We have to select one among these options. In these examples, the variables do not share any of the properties of the number which we deal in an ordinary arithmetic. It indicates no order or distance relationship and has no arithmetic origin. Thus, nominal data is fundamentally unordered nature and produced as a general category and not have mathematically greater or less than meanings. Now see how to analyze the nominal scale data. As we know, these nominal numbers have no arithmetic properties and act only as a label. The only measure of average which can be used is the mode, because this is the simply a set of frequency counts or percentage. It can be analyzed using the grouping methods where the variables can be grouped together into a categories, and for each category the frequency or percentage can be calculated. The data can also presented visually, such as by using pie chart. Although the nominal data cannot be treated and analyzed using mathematical operations, they still can be analyzed by using advanced statistical methods. Hypothesis testing can be also carried out on the data collected in the nominal scale that can be used to do cross classification of the table or cross tabulation. The most likely using non-parametric test is chi-square test. The chi-square test aims to determine whether there is a significant differences between the expected frequency and the observed frequency of the given values. For testing chi-square, we have to do cross classification of the table or cross tabulation of the nominal variable. See, what is cross tabulation? To summarize the association between two categorical variables, we create a cross tabulation. A cross tabulation, or just what we can say that cross tab, is a table that look at the distribution of two variables simultaneously. Consider an example of a cross tabulation from the following data organized by gender in the form of male or female, an employee classification, that is faculty or staff, and we want to check the correlation between gender and employee classification. We can arrange these data into the table given here, and this is the example of 2x2 model of cross tab. However, it should be noted that the chi-square test is the test to determine whether two or more variables are associated and the strength of that relationship, and it can tell nothing about the form of that relationship where it exists. That is, it is not capable of establishing cause and effect. The chi-square test is a function not only of the size of relationship between the two variables, but also the sample size and the number of rows and columns in the table. This statistic can be adjusted in various ways in order to produce a measure of association. One such a measure is phi coefficient or phi correlation. The phi coefficient is a measure of degree of association between two binary variables, which is used in a special case of a table with two rows and two columns, that is 2x2 table. Another measure is Cramer's V, which is the modified version of phi correlation coefficient and is used when the table is larger than 2x2. Another chi-square based measure of association is Pearson's coefficient of contingency, that means simply Pearson's C, which is the more appropriate for larger table, that means for example 4x4 model. And the last measure is Goodman and Kruskal's lambda coefficient, which is either symmetric or asymmetric. Asymmetric lambda measures the percentage of improvement in the predicting the value of dependent variable given the value of independent variable. So in this case, we have to specify that which variable is dependent and which variable is independent. But in the case of symmetric lambda coefficient, which does not make an assumption about which variable is dependent and which variable is independent, and it measures the overall improvement when prediction is done in both directions. I hope that you are clear about the concept of nominal scale and its statistical analysis. Have a nice day and see you in the next video. Thank you.